Okay, haven't done a video in absolutely forever. I apologize. It's not that I haven't been busy or doing things. I haven't had the time, I haven't had the space, whatever, personal issues. So I thought I'd bring in something special. This is a Gibson custom shop, Farlow, from 1990. Which is sort of kind of, someone's going to have to correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's around the beginning era of the custom shop. So, kind of first edition type thing. So, this guitar, as usual, like all my guitars, is absolutely stunning. Boy, I think I'm getting that. I want to get that in the light. Just flame everywhere. My first guitar was a Stinger, everybody, just so we know. It's a classic in my eyes. A lot of you may not even know about this guitar, but anyway, so basically, quick story. I get this guitar. My intention was I was gonna sell it. Okay, sorry, replay. So I was going to sell this guitar for a guy. I listed it for a guy. He was going to pay me a commission. Everything's fine and dandy. We hadn't met yet. I hadn't seen the guitar in person. That was probably a little bit my fault. Or a lot of it my fault. I should know better. There's nothing wrong with the guitar. There's nothing wrong with the guitar. So I have it up for sale for him for like 2 months. Somebody makes an offer, blah, blah, blah. You know, I go to him, okay, this is the price. This is what it's going to be. This is what you'll get. This is what I'm going to get out of it anyway. So I end up taking the guitar. I go to meet him to buy the guitar. And I find this is never going to show up, but maybe it will. I don't know if anybody could see that chewing on that binding. And there's also what's really not going to show up is there's some pretty significant finish checking / cracking. Okay, pretty close to finish cracking on both sides of the heel, right? So Now, I had listed this guitar as excellent to mint. That's what he told me it was. And don't get me wrong, the guitar is great, um, and it's in very good condition. It's definitely not excellent to mint though. Unfortunately, like there's lots of kind of little this and that's all over the place. And like I said, there's that going on there. The the tuning keys have I know they're nickel, and I know that they're going to age, but they have like what looks more like 60 years worth of age in my opinion. Really, really, really tarnished. Just these little things, but unfortunately, these little things, is kind of part of the new world of guitar sales. Like it really is. I just recently I sold a pretty rare Gibson SG, and the guy sent it back, and he was like, it's not mint. And I was like, okay. I mean, like it was more mint than this, and like I guess he thought there was a scrape on the headstock, but really it was more like you kind of had to buff it out in the because it was weird. It had like a satin finish face of the headstock, and there was a little ding down here that he had photographed, and sent it back. He said it's fine. I sold it like 3 days. I got it back, relisted it, sold in another day or two, 3 days, whatever. Sold right away for the same price. So, and that buyer had an excellent experience because I mean nothing's perfect, not even brand new. So I'm sorry, a little tangent there. Just a lot of people probably feel my pain on that one. I mean, nothing is perfect, nothing is brand new. Brand new is not brand new. Okay, go to a music store. How many times that guitar on the wall has been played? So story goes, I don't think I made a video on the. I had picked up a Fender Custom Shop GT11 Sweetwater Dealer Select. It had this, really cool, some really cool specs. Look one up. I'm not even gonna. It was an NOS, not one of the relics, with a lot of really cool specs. You really should look one up. It was a really great guitar, and I didn't want to let it go. But kind of what happened is, I get this guitar. I see the guitar in person. I tell the guy, hey, I have to message the buyer. I have to tell him that these finish cracks are here. Okay, they weren't in your photos. They weren't in your description. You telling me excellent to mint. Please don't use the word mint lightly. You have to mean it. I send the photos to the. So anyway, so I see him, and I'm trying to send the photos, over Reverb, and waiting for a response. And this guy, are kind of hanging out for like half an hour, 40 minutes, not getting a response. And I tell him, hey, look, this is the cash in hand deal. This is absolutely what I can do. This is just, I have to take the risk on this one. I don't know what's going to happen. So he accepts the offer, and yes, the person who was going to buy it, I was going to get the small commission. He was going to get his money. Cancels the order. So I end up with the guitar, and I'm kind of I'm restringing it and cleaning it up and going over it, and it really is excellent. If these cracks weren't here, and if the tarnishing wasn't really horrible, I think there may have been a weather issue. There's even like in the middle of the stinger, there's almost like, I've never seen this before, but it's not like a headstock crack, but it's a strange lacquer starting to peel in that area. So in the middle of the stinger, so just odd little things. There's a decent amount of the finish is starting to from playing up here on your shoulder, it probably won't get that shine back. It's kind of that's just fingerprints, but it still has a little bit going on there. So there's some scratches on the back, and there's a mysterious, I can't figure out what it is, almost like somebody dropped some paint on it that won't come off. Little smudge in the back. Anyway, so now I have the guitar. Clean it up. I get it. I start playing it. And I go, wow, how can I let this one go? So, I mean, would you let this go? And yes, I did get it for an extremely low, what I consider an extremely low price. Probably about 60% of what it would sell for. Okay, so that did happen. Yes, I know. He took the money. I was concerned about these marks. Oh, and also the truss rod. It's not my favorite. It works. You have to muscle it. Very scary. I don't know if that may loosen up with some turning in the future and having to use it, maybe try to use it a few more times. Anyway, so another thing that was an extremely big scare, and I'm not even 100% sure that it is correct. So Another thing I took a risk on. But still, you don't get something like this often, and I couldn't really let it go. So now here I am. I'm out, thousands of dollars that I really shouldn't be spending right now. So I go, okay, I'll sell my custom shop Strat, the GT11. It had a weird smell to it. I know that sounds crazy, but it really, really, really nauseated me. It actually did. From the person I got it from, however that smell got in there, I did everything I could to get the smell out. And it's a slight smell, but it was something that as soon as I got it, just for me, I'd be like, oh, wow. Um, so I said, that's fine. Let me let that go. Pay for this. Well, then what happens is a guy comes in and trades me. A guy offers me a 2024 335 dot gloss, not satin, and $1,000 in cash for my custom shop Strat. You know, don't get me wrong, that's not that far off. 3,500 on the 3,500 for the 335 and 4,500 for the Strat, custom shop Strat. Okay, like that is the retail pricing. I'm not saying I made out. I'm just saying that like when it comes to used pricing, I thought we were about $700 apart. But again, there's because the Strat can sell for 3,800, it can sell for 2,800. The 335 can sell for 2,800. It can sell for 1,800. So like unfortunately, that's just the way this guitar market is right now. There's just so many guitars that keep popping up that people just keep waiting for the best possible deal. So anyway, gives me that. Okay, now I've got $1,000 back on this guitar. So I start looking around. I picked up a Marshall DCL 40 CR. I didn't even want to do a review on it. To be honest, I didn't even want to do a review on the custom shop Strat or the Gibson SGCM. Those are kind of the ones that are part of this story, part of how I ended up here and why I haven't done any videos. It's just none of them really spoke to me that much. My problem with the custom shop Strat, the reason I didn't want to keep letting it go was it's a custom shop, brand new, all the case candy, and it had this really, really, really awesome roasted flame maple neck with an incredible amount of flame and these beautiful clay dots to match that clay dot inlays to match it. It was, but in the end, the deal was too good. So here I go through all these guitars. I'm going through these deals, and I pick up this amp and a couple of these other things, and nothing really spoke to me. Then I end up with this. I still need to come across a few, I need to find a few deals or go through my arsenal and find something I'm willing to actually let go of. But this is my first experience with a Tal Farlow. I have played an L5, and yes, they are. Or I've had an L5, and yes, they are extremely different. A lot of people try to say this is the poor man's L5. I don't think so. I think they're different, but as far as craftsmanship goes, this is not a poor man's L5. I mean, I'd put them on the exact same level. Just somehow this guitar got slightly named that. I'm not sure why that ever came about. It has every appointment of an L5, just with its own quirky specs that make it a little less traditional. Upside down King's Crown instead of I believe split parallelograms, and L5s just have one King Crown, and they have gold hardware most of the time, and some of them will have more of like a Birdland style tailpiece, or just a regular trapezoid tailpiece anyway, trapeze. So I ended up with this. I ended up having it. I've been playing it for a couple of days, and aside the fact there are a few things that concern me. I don't think you let something like this go. They don't reissue them a ton. Like I said, this is from 1990, and they are out there, and they do them every 5 years or something like that. So I've personally never come across one in person, and I buy and sell a lot of guitars. So, well, I don't know. Would you let it go? Anybody in the comments? Would you let this go? I don't think you would. Especially when you see the pricing on them. A lot of them are listed for 55, 59. They'll realistically sell 45, 47 mint, maybe 40, maybe 44 into that very good to excellent condition, which is where I put this. And I'm in it about 60% of that number. So I don't think you would get rid of it either. And of course, one of my favorite things about almost all Gibsons, or especially higher end Gibsons, it's just these fret nibs. Wish everybody would do it. That custom shop Strat fret sprout. I mean, already, it didn't have it a couple months ago. The weather got a little, it's a little cold right now. It gets it, and I mean fret sprout. I mean fret sprout. Like, I'm really gonna take a file to that neck. I mean, you almost never worry about that with these fret nibs. I mean, sometimes it pokes through a little and then it goes back, and it just kind of always stays the same, which is why just another reason why I love Gibsons. So weird rant. Haven't done a video in a while, as I've said multiple times. So just kind of admiring this as I'm talking into the camera and doing one of my usual, rants. Um, if anybody has ever had an experience with this guitar, I'd really love to hear about it, or something similar, just because it is magnificent. It's a magnificent guitar. The only thing, actually, I will complain about one thing. Boy, this is a little hard to get to with this pickguard. This three-way toggle. You gotta really, like, I guess it's meant to be convenient, but it's tricky. It's quite tricky to get in there. But otherwise, I mean, you're gonna sacrifice that cool pickguard for that. So, yeah, very, very cool. I'll be getting back into things and having videos a little bit more directed than this. But I just wanted to post something and, say thank you to everybody that's still getting subscribers and comments, and be back in swing soon. Just had to catch up on a few things. So, appreciate it.